Hi crafters. There was something I totally forgot to mention and I thought I would do an extra lesson so it's not affecting the 5 lessons I promised, but it's important for me to tell because I didn't think of it and I got a few questions for it. So I will go over what I need to say. If you go to your, if you made a design, for instance, just a square, it doesn't matter what the design is, and you want to cut that out or print that out, there are two different things you need to know. Let's imagine you want to print this out and you only have a printer that can handle A4. You go to your page settings and then choose your medium uh, size and go to A4. If you have another printer that can handle bigger pages, that's fine, you can select another one, but let's consider we want to print this on A4, just this square. If you go now to the print option that's selected here, your printer will print an empty page. That is because your printer does not recognize these lines. You have to give them some thickness, and this is important when you only want to print out things. I try to be as clear as possible. Then you go to your line settings and here you can adjust the thickness of your line. So let's say 0.5. Now you see the red line is a little bit more faint, but if you print it like this, it will print a red big square on your A4 page. You have to give it line thickness if you want to print out things. Of course, you can change the color of your line to black or blue or green or whatever color you desire. That's no problem. But the important thing is to give it line thickness. When you want to cut this out, you don't need the line thickness and you can just do a red line like you're used to. I'm going to set back my page settings so you can see what I do better. Let's say you have a few items on your mat. I just draw some squares and rectangles. Don't pay attention to what I draw. It's more important to what I want to explain to you all. Because my machine is now not connected to my computer, it doesn't give me the options to do the settings right. So I have to connect my machine to the, how do I say that? To my computer, sorry. I do my best. But the problem is that you can select and deselect things. Sometimes when you buy a file, the designer deselected things when they were cutting. If you deselect it, it will turn light pink. Yeah, it will turn light. Now it's still on your mat, but because I told him not to cut this big square, only these two, it will only cut the uh, bold lines. Yeah, I think I say that correctly. So if you still want to cut this, you have to tell your machine, okay, cut. Then it will go back to bold lines again and it will cut the selected item. If you want to deselect, just select the ones you want to deselect. You see a faint gray line over them and then say do not cut. Now it only, you can leave these on your mat, that's no problem at all. It will only cut the one that's in bold red. I will do another video, another extra video for you to go over the settings with your tool and your cutter, because I know there are people who struggle with that. But I didn't want to do those in the same as this one, because this is totally about settings if you want to print things, or settings if you want to cut things. I hope this was a little bit helpful. You can always tell your machine to cut them again. You just have to select or deselect them. That's the only thing I wanted to tell you. So if you have trouble with things like this, you know why. If you want to print out things, you have to give it line thickness, else it will not work. I wish you a nice day. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.